Basic eukaryotic cells have a plasma membrane, a glycolysis, cytoplasm, cytoskeleton, presence of characteristic membrane, enclosed subcellular organelles. Characteristics, biomembranes, and organelles. A plasma membrane is a lipid, protein, carbohydrate complex providing a barrier and containing transport and signaling systems. The nucleus is a double membrane surrounding the chromosomes and the nucleus. Pores allow precise communication with the cytoplasm. The nucleus is where the synthesis of RNA make up the ribosome. Mitochondria, surrounded by a double membrane with a series of folds called cristae, functions through energy production by means of metabolism, contains its own DNA, and is believed to have originated from a captured bacteria. Chloroplast, surrounded by a double membrane containing stacked cycloid membranes responsible for photosynthesis, the trapping of light energy for the production of sugars, contains DNA, and like mitochondria is believed to have originated from a captured bacterium. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, a complex system of interconnected membranes forming channels within the cells, covered with ribosomes, which are in the process of synthesis proteins for secretion or localization in membranes. Ribosomes, protein and RNA complex responsible for protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, a network of interconnected membranes forming channels within the cell. This is where synthesis and metabolism of lipids happens. Contains enzymes for detoxifying chemicals, including drugs and pesticides. Golgi Apparatus, multiple stacked membranes. Vessels carry materials from the RER to the Golgi Apparatus. Vessels move between stacks while the proteins are processed to mature form. Vessels then transport newly produced membrane and secreted proteins to their final destination, including secretion or membrane localization. Lysosomes, a membrane-bound organelle that is responsible for degrading proteins and membranes in the cell and also helps degrade materials ingested by the cell. Vacuoles, membrane-surrounded bags that contain water and storage materials in plants. Peroxisomes, or microbodies, produce and degrade hydrogen peroxide, a toxic compound that can be produced during metabolism. Prokaryotes are extremely diverse. They live in environments ranging from hot springs to ice fields to deep sea vents, and exploit energy sources ranging from light to almost any organic material to element sulfur. However, most prokaryotes are structurally simple. To a first approximation, they are simply bags of protein. Specifically, a prokaryote organism will consist of a single loop of DNA, an outer plasma membrane, and a cell wall, and a complex mix of chemicals that the membrane encloses, many of which are proteins. Proteins are embedded in the membranes of cells. Prokaryotes include the kingdoms of Monera and Archaea. Prokaryotes are unicellular organisms having cells lacking membrane bound the nuclei. Bacteria are a prime example, but also included are blue-green algae, actinomyces, and mycoplasm. Prokaryotic cells lack characteristics eukaryotic subcellular membrane enclosed organelles, but may contain member systems inside a cell wall. Prokaryotic cells could possibly have a photosynthetic pigment, such as ones found in cyanobacteria. Most prokaryotic cells have external whip-like flagella for motion or hair-like pillae for adhesion. Prokaryotic cells come in multiple shapes: cocky, round, focilla, rods, and spirilla, spirochetes. The cell wall is the target for antibiotics, as well as for carbohydrates that our immune system uses to detect infection. A major threat to humankind is antibiotic-resistant strands of bacteria that have been selected by overuse of antibiotics.